Give fate a knock. Time to spill magic out of the box. Time to spill magic out of the box. Time to spill magic out of the box. Open it up, give fate a knock. Time to spill magic out of the box. Time to spill magic out of the box. Time to spill magic out of the box. Time to spill magic out of the box.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Scarab channel. My name is Ramon and I'm excited to kick off the very first episode of the series called Out of the Box. This series is all about sharing and rediscovering many divination tools in my collection. I'll be doing walkthroughs and giving you a closer look at different forms of divination, like cartomancy, including tarot, Lenormand, and oracle decks, and also pendulums that I collected or created, runes, Elder Futhark runes, witches runes, dice, dominoes, books that I use for bibliomancy, stones, and many, many more. Why out of the box? Well, first, because many of these tools are literally coming out of their boxes as I show them to you. Some for the first time in years. But it's also about stepping outside of the box creatively, revisiting these tools with a fresh set of eyes, sharing what inspires me about them, and celebrating the incredible artistry and craftsmanship the creators and publishers pour into these beautiful pieces. So let's get started. But first, let's set the vibe of tonight's first show with something more out of the box. So, peace and love. Well, after that introduction, what better than a hippie themed show for today, right? So this is me, Hippie Ramon. And today we're going to be talking about Autumn 836 Lenormand card deck. This deck is created by Deckstiny, and I got this deck about a year ago. I love it, and I'm very happy to start today's series with this one. So, peace and love.
Out of the box.
So today we're going to be talking about the Autumn deck. And this is a 36 Lenormand card deck. And this deck is very special to me. I bought it about a year ago, and it's fascinating both in terms of the artwork and the system itself. Autumn is my favorite season, followed by spring, winter, and finally summer, which is my least favorite. Spiritually, autumn symbolizes harvest, transition, and release, and it's a time to gather the fruits of our labor, give thanks for blessings and lessons, and let go of what no longer serves us. Like falling leaves, making room for renewal. It also represents balance, because the equinox marks the harmony between light and dark, outer action and inner reflection. Spiritually, it's a time to connect with our ancestors, as the veil is the thinnest, to honor death, remembrance, and heighten spiritual connection. Between all seasons, autumn to me represents maturity, because it's the integration of wisdom and the preparation for inward journey of winter. And of course, it's the season of Samhain and Halloween, my favorite holidays of the year. Now, about the Lenormand system. Just in case you're not acquainted with what Lenormand is, I'll tell you a little bit about it. So the Lenormand divination system is a traditional European method of cartomancy, and it was developed between the 18th and the 19th centuries, and it remains widely practiced today. Personally, after tarot, Lenormand is my favorite divination system. And it's very different from tarot, both in the structure of the system and how you interpret the cards, even though there are very similar archetypes like the sun, the moon, and some others. The system was named after Marie Lenormand, and she lived between 1772 and 1843, and she was a very famous fortune teller who read for figures like Napoleon and Josephine. Though she really didn't invent the system, her reputation was so big that it inspired the publication of decks named after her. And these were done after her death. There are two main systems: Le Grand Jeu, or the big game, and Le Petit Jeu, the little game. The Petit Jeu is what evolved into a game called the Game of Hope. And this was around 1845. And it merged into the system that we use today, which we call the Lenormand divination system, consisting of 36 cards. Each card features a very simple symbolic image, like it can be a clover, a ship, crossroads, coffin, and each one has a specific set of keywords. Now, unlike tarot, Lenormand has no major or minor arcana. The imagery is literal and symbolic, and the message of the cards is derived by combining different cards like words in a sentence. Traditionally, to do a Lenormand reading, you need at least 2 cards to create a more complete message. Let's take a look. The Autumn 36 Lenormand cards. It's a very sturdy box, and it's published by a company called Deckstiny. They're also known as Shuffle Tarot. I'm going to link their Etsy store below. Be aware that there is a counterfeit version of this deck online on a very popular site. I'm not going to mention the name, but just be careful. I recommend going directly to Etsy and finding it if you're interested in it. The box is very sturdy. It has the title on the front, and on the back it shows you some, like a preview of some of the images, and we're going to see them in detail. The original versions are numbered, and this is copy 663 out of 750. And let's take a look. I love this effect on the edge. It's almost holographic. Has a holographic effect. Like I said, this is plain card size, which is very traditional with Lenormand decks. It's really rare to see a Lenormand deck that is tarot card size. The card stock is pretty thick. It's great for shuffling. And let's take a look through each one of the cards. First card is just like a cover card to be able to protect the deck. Here it has the title, The Autumn, 36 Lenormand cards by Deckstiny. And here's the certificate of authenticity. Copy 663 out of 750. And it tells you here about the author. Made horror number. Artwork by Usman PP. Artist Usman PP and Artifacts Intelligent. The back of the cards has this design of playing cards. So you'll see hearts, diamonds, spades, and clubs. And we're going to start with the first card, which is Writer. Now, in Lenormand, you're not going to find the article next to the name. You're not going to see the writer, the clover, the ship. It's going to be just writer, clover, ship. Very simple. Something cool about this deck is that it has keywords associated with the meanings of each one of the images. So for here, writer, it says it's energy, passion, speed, activity, news, good messages. Now, these are not just the keywords associated with this one. There's a lot of other keywords that you could use for the meaning of this card. Things like good news, messenger, positive outcome, movement, speed, means of transport. It could be also like the beginning of something, the arrival of something. And, when you combine it with other cards, it could give you a message. So this could be the arrival of good luck coming soon. So in this case, writer. Second card, look how beautiful this is. Clover. Some of the keywords: luck, gambling, opportunity, chance, hope, happiness. Other meanings that you can associate with it is it's not only luck, but it's more like good luck. It's fun. It could be humor, chance, a lucky coincidence. The spirit between the clover card is that it's a sudden good luck and it's sort of like short lived, right? It's something like a spark of something good coming into your life. Beautiful. Look how gorgeous this is. And I love how intense the lighting is. It makes me squint if I look at that sun. I mean, the effect is just amazing. Third card, ship. Keywords associated with it: travel, vehicles, movement, journey, chance, distance. Amazing. The imagery is just exquisite. Card number 4, house. Keywords associated with it: home, family, warm, security, privacy, comfort. Other words you can associate it with it is family, right? Heritage. It could be something related with housing situations, stability, or even a place of withdrawal, right? So these are keywords associated with the imagery of a house. Card number 5, tree. Also, let me point this out. This deck, and you'll see this in a lot of Lenormand decks, you have the playing card association. For like an instance, here tree is associated with the 7 of hearts. And why is that? You can read Lenormand using playing cards. And I have a video related to that. I'm going to link it below as well, about the meanings of each one of the Lenormand cards. Tree. Card 6, clouds. Look how gorgeous this is. It's just amazing. The warm tones of autumn, right? The yellows, the oranges, the reds, the ochres. Gorgeous. And here, clouds is associated with confusion, negativity, unclarity, doubt, worry, uncertainty. Wow. Beautiful. Card number 7, snake. Traditionally in Lenormand, this has sort of like a negative connotation. Now, there are certain cards here in Lenormand which I assign a different meaning, especially when it relates to animals, right? In our society, there's a lot of negative connotations or meanings on imagery about animals, right? We say you're a cow, you're a pig, you're a sloth. And in this case, the snake and traditionally the imagery of the serpent has been one archetype associated with, complications, temptation, deception. Like here, it says that the snake represents deception, cheating, intelligence. I definitely agree with that. Desire, seduction, untrustworthiness. Look how beautiful this is. But I also associate the snake with shedding the old, right? Getting rid of that skin that no longer serves you, zigzagging through situations, renewal. There's so many positive associations that we can relate to the imagery of the snake. It's just amazing. Look at the details. Fascinating. Card number 8, coffin. Endings, loss, sadness, depression, illness, transformation. Let's take a closer look. Just beautiful. I love the details here. The skulls. Everybody knows I love skulls. Beautiful card. Card number 9, bouquet. Associated with pleasantness, gifts, charming, joy, happiness, flattery. Beautiful. There's a card about joy, beauty. It's also creativity, right? Festivity. It could be fast growth, or it could be something that, it's something beautiful, but it's short lived. Card number 10, Scythe. And here it says it's danger, accident, warnings, something sudden, harvest, surgery. That's an interesting interpretation, right? The scythe is that energy that it's sudden. It comes, it cuts, kind of like the energy of the tower. This is a very complicated card to me because, uh, like with other cards, they're sort of like a negative association. It's that interesting combination of danger, pain, injury, right? Something that is a shock, aggression, but you can also see it as cutting off something that no longer serves you. You can see it as harvesting the fruit of something. So, really, depending on the meaning and the combination with other cards and how you feel about it, you get a message associated with what the imagery represents. So, this is Scythe. It's just amazing. Love the colors. Whip, conflict, debate, hard work, abuse, pain, physical activity. Card 12, birds, gossip, small problem, excitement, anxiety, restlessness, chatter. There's a card about communication too. Anxiety, about sorrow, about tribulations. It's a card about worriness more than anything. Look how beautiful this is. It's just amazing. Forgive my cuticles. I'm not really good with my nails. I always keep them short. This is something I got from my father. My father used to cut my nails like really, really short. And this is how I always keep them. They have to be really, really short. But I'm not good with my hands, my cuticles. I have like workers' hands. Card 13, child. And the child here represents youth, innocence, being playful, a beginner, playfulness, right? I also associated with new beginnings, something that could be small, something new, a novelty, right? The offspring of, a person, childhood, if you're talking about a stage of life, being naive, curiosity, it could be carelessness, right? Is that energy from, I don't know, I combine it between the Fool and the pages of all of the suits, kind of like everything wrapped into one. That's the child, card 13. Card 14, fox, selfishness, trickery, worriness, cleverness, suspicion, and caution. 15, bear, power, boss. I never like that word. Some people at work call me boss. I hate that word. I never like people calling me that. I don't call my supervisors boss. But here is what the bear apparently represents. Power, boss, courage, leadership, finances, protection. There's a card of strength. It's about power. It's about trust, authority, respect. It's about being straightforward. It's a card about magnitude. It's a card of, more than anything, confidence and strength. And that's what the bear represents. Card 16, star. And this is a very similar energy that we see in the star card in tarot, right? It's hope, it's dream, inspiration, it's wishing on something, wishing upon a star. It's about achievement. It's a card about clarity, spirituality, other keywords, abundance, potential. It could be astrology as well. A lot of keywords associated with the energy of this card. Card 16, star, associated with the Six of Hearts. Card 17, Stork. Change, movement, new beginnings, transition, flexibility, transformation. Card 18, my favorite card, Dog. Their love and energy is unique. I love the energy of the dog card. There's about friendship, allies, loyalty, trustworthiness, support, obedience. Such a beautiful energy. It's that energy of something or someone being helpful, reliability, attachment, virtue, right? Sincerity, honesty, also alertness. Card 18, Dog. Card 19, Tower. And here it's represented by the keywords of isolation, authority, official buildings, loneliness, ego, government. Other keywords you can associate with tower, it's separation, being reserved, a boundary. It could be a prison. It's that sense of detachment, right? It's different from the energy of the tower from tarot. Totally different. In tarot, it's a groundbreaking, sudden change, something that comes in quick. It's a lot of energy. This is very different. This is very low key. It's separated, right? It could be stagnated in a way also. Sort of like more of like a hermit energy if we're talking about, the isolation aspect of it. But other keywords associated with that, it could be representing authority, government, anything that has to be with political establishment, etc. Tower. 20, Garden, public, network, groups, audience, fame, outdoors. 21, Mountain, blocks, obstacle, delay, challenges, stubbornness. 22, Crossroad, choice, multiple, hesitation, decision, tolerance, separation. Look how gorgeous that image is. See if I can bring it in focus. Look how realistic and amazing it looks. Gorgeous. 23, Mouse. Traditionally, there's a card that is associated with something eroding away, right? Like a partial loss, deficiency. And here the keywords are stress, nerves, depletion, theft, disease, flaw. Now, I have a different meaning for this card, and this goes back about associating animals to negative keywords. And I associate mice with intelligence, survival, because mice use their resources to make the best to be able to survive, right? As shelter, as food. To me, mice represents wisdom. If you see images of Lord Ganesha is always accompanied by a mouse. And that's what the mouse represents associated with Lord Ganesha. It's wisdom. So to me, this is not a card necessarily about negativity. This is a card about being wise, being a survivor, being able to use your resources and make the best of it. Card 23, Mouse. Card 24, Heart. It's about love, romance, giving, infatuation, affection. There's a card of appreciation also, right? About heartfelt feelings, kindness, sympathy. It could be a card about enthusiasm. Look how beautiful the images are. They're so detailed. Card 24, Heart. Gorgeous. Card 25, Ring. It's about promises, commitment, partnership, deal, contract, cycle. I agree with that, cycle, because I think about things going around in a cycle, coming back to their point of origin. Card 26, Book, education, knowledge, research, the unknown, something that is a mystery, a secret. Interesting. It could also be associated with history, with memory, about remembering something, something confidential, about learning. It says education here. Yes. How beautiful that is. Gorgeous, gorgeous card. Card 27, letter, document, message, news, speech, writing, communication. Love it. It's just fascinating. Card 28, man. And this is the male energy in all its forms. A man, a husband. It could be the querent, a male querent, male energy, masculinity, anything associated with the man, regardless of gender, right? Because we embody both masculine and feminine energies. That's what creates the balance of everything. Card 28, man, is associated with the Ace of Hearts. Card 29, woman. Same thing. Woman, a wife, a female querent, female energy, femininity. Beautiful. Card 30. Oops. Card 30, Lily. Here says old age, maturity, peace, virtue, wisdom, retirement. It's a very interesting set of keywords for this card. Usually I think about sexuality. For some reason, I associate lilies with the Kala lilies from George O'Keeffe, right? So I associate it with sexuality, with intimacy, romance, passion. Could also be devotion, initiative, but also purity, mercy, peace. A lot of things related to this. It's not just age. It's much more complex than that to me. But nonetheless, it's a beautiful image. Card 31, sun. Beautiful. There's another archetype that you see in a lot of divination systems. We see it in tarot. We see it here in Lenormand. We see it in Elder Futhark runes. We see it in witches runes. Oracle, the Mexican lottery. You see it in infinite amount of oracle decks. It's basic of the human existence and life on Earth. Sun. It's our star. Look how beautiful this is. You almost feel like you're looking at a real scene. And here are the keywords associated with it: success, victory, happiness, truth, warmth, positive outcomes. Definitely agree with it. Card 32, moon. Of course, if we have the sun, we have the moon. And here we have card 32, moon, praise, feeling, emotion, imagination, intuition, inspiration. Other keywords I associated this with, the psyche, thoughts, the mind, the inner workings of the spirit, right? Intuition, like I mentioned here, also sensitivity, subjectivity, reflection, cycles as well. It's much more complex than that. But these are basic keywords to help you navigate, sort of like to jumpstart your intuition. Beautiful. Card 33, key. And here is unlocking something, answers, destiny, openness, solutions, fulfillment. This is a symbol of something that is like a potential, the conclusion of something, the access to something. Beautiful, beautiful. It's just gorgeous. Card 34, fish. And there's a card that traditionally is associated with finances, with wealth. And here, fish is associated with business, finances, commerce, gain, wealth, abundance. Let's take a closer look at the image. How detailed and how beautiful. I love fish. I have a fish tank. There's a card associated with prosperity. I also associate it with navigating through your emotions because it's navigating through waters, and water is associated with emotions, intuition, right? I associate also, depending on the context, with addictions, believe it or not, drinking like a fish. So there's a lot of keywords associated with the images. Don't let anyone gatekeep the system. I know there's a standard of basic knowledge that you should acquire when reading Lenormand, but at the end is what resonates with you. Just be consistent. That's my only advice. Card 35, anchor. The keywords here are work, profession, settling down, durability, stability, long lasting. Depending on the association or the connection with another card, it could also represent stagnation. It could be a place, holding onto something. So it's that sense of being anchored to something, for good, for bad, or for good, right? Depending on the reading, the combination, but it's that sense of pause, right? And the last card in the Lenormand system is card 36, and this is cross, and it's duty, burden, big problem, grief, religious, fate. It can also be karma, right? Sacrifice. It could be, and this is my interpretation, also amplification, because I think about the plus sign. It's a card that I associate also with health. You know, a lot of hospitals, they have the cross symbol. It could be associated also with death. So this is cross, card 36. That's the last card with images. A blank protective card. And thanks for support by Deckstiny. So this is a fabulous deck. It's so soft. I like that it's not shiny, right? It's perfect for camera use. It's just shuffled so softly. Excellent quality. I definitely recommend this deck. It is a great choice for anyone who appreciates warmth, reflection, and to me it captures the feeling of autumn, right? It's that time of transition, of grounding, of personal growth, and the imagery and messages encourage balance, release, and renewal, making it perfect for self-reflection or seasonal readings. You should definitely get this deck, the Autumn deck, if you want a deck that helps you slow down, reconnect with yourself, and embrace change in a calm and grounded way. And please remember, this is my honest review. This is a deck that I had with me for over a year, and I'm just sharing with you this beautiful divination tool that I have in my collection. I definitely recommend it. So again, this is the Autumn 36 Lenormand cards by Deckstiny. And thank you very much for watching, for sharing your time in rediscovering with me this deck. I'm going to link below the Etsy store where you can find it, where you can find the original one. Please remember, buy originals, support the artists, their efforts, so they feel encouraged to be able to create more beautiful things, more beautiful divination tools that helps us connect with the divine. As always, thank you very much for watching, and blessings to all.
If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, and share it with someone who might benefit from it. And click the subscribe button for more future videos about tarot, divination, and other esoteric topics.